This one is a doozy. Now, you remember when we had that conversation on about Gamescom Cares? Well, there's a Gamescom Congress, and yeah, apparently Gamescom is deep-rooted into political nonsense, especially when it comes to minorities and opening the border. And apparently the whole thing with the Gamescom Congress, it's tied to not only Sweet Baby Inc., but it's also tied to the fucking UN. Let's go ahead and watch this. It's involving a video game, by the way. I know I'm a video game channel, but apparently Gamescom doesn't give a fuck about that. I know. We'll get to the video. I strongly feel like E3 should come back. Am I the only one thinking that? I strongly feel like EA needs to come back. If EA comes back, no, not EA, but E3. E3. Did I say EA? I apologize. I strongly think that E3 should come back because that shit brought people together in real time. But if E3 comes back, there better be no side shit. If you want to go like, this is brought to you by Nvidia, this is brought to you by Fortnite, this is brought to you by Coca-Cola, fine. Do not bring government bullshit into a fucking gaming event. Do not. Let's go ahead and watch this.
Currently showcasing a game about illegally crossing into the USA and processing the trauma from being a minority with real audio clips from real illegals. I have to see this. I have to see it. I want to watch it. This is content. Wait a minute. Okay, we might have something here. Let's get it.
Jesus Christ.
My pronouns are she, her, and
shit!
I just rolled my eyes. This man fucking just screamed. The III initiative? I love the III initiatives. I do. I really don't like Jeff Keighley right now. By the way, Jeff Keighley, by the way, I want people to know something right now. Right here, right now. Gamescom, Jeff Keighley brought this video on Twitter and was like, hey guys, here's Take Us North, a video game about helping illegal aliens get into the US. And you know what happened right after Asmongold did this whole video? He fucking deleted it. Jeff Keighley fucking deleted it. E3 was great? Yes, it was.
I just got triggered.
Great. So I got a little intro. Thank you. My name's Carla Reyes. My pronouns are she, her. And yeah, I run a little indie studio called Anima Interactive.
Yeah.
We're developing Take Us North, which is about migration across the US-Mexico border, which is obviously a very relevant and heavy-hitting topic.
Yeah.
But that's why we found it important to talk about now. And I'll share a little bit about our...
Yeah, you're going south. What are you trying to do? Get in here illegally? What are you doing? You're wasting your time here. Why don't you go over there, down there, and fix your country? Are we supposed to be talking about a video game about fucking make whatever game you want? But good lord, you have to know. Make whatever video game you want. Go ahead. I'm not about that whole fucking censorship shit. Go ahead and make your fucking game. But I'm gonna let you in on two things. If you got a thing up here that says official selection from London Games Festival 2025, and it's about getting through the US illegally, you can fuck right off, because there ain't no one playing your game. Just know that ahead of time.
Behind the scenes.
Yes.
in the development of this project because it's very deeply rooted in research. Given how sensitive and complex and nuanced the subject matter is, we want to make sure that we are telling these stories.
Are they going to research the way that illegal migrants steal the identities of American citizens and then claim their benefits illegally?
Are you going to talk about the M13 gangs that go around taking little girls? Are you going to talk about that? The illegals that come in here and abuse people? What about the fact that they are taking houses that are paid by the government illegally? And also the fact that the illegals don't know how to drive, and yet they're out there driving, hitting other Americans. Legal Americans. You gonna talk about that?
I wonder if they're gonna talk about that.
Yeah, I wonder.
Authentically, and that we are, you know, reaching our goal in trying to shift hearts and minds around this. So
shifting.
Before I begin, I'm actually curious.
Yeah, this isn't a game, it's propaganda.
No.
Of course.
Exactly.
Obviously it is.
Yeah. But that's all this is. This isn't even a video game. You know it's not a video game because the characters don't have faces. Their only goal is to show you, hey, here's a brown guy going through a fucking gate. $30, please.
To ask all of you, because I'm mindful there might not be many Americans in the room. Are there any Americans, by the way? No, okay. Oh, okay, that's good. Okay, so...
There ain't nobody. There's empty seats in this bitch. There are empty... Bro. There were thousands upon thousands of people in Gamescom, and you can't get anybody in your there's one illegal in the back. By the way, this is in fucking Germany, okay? This is Gamescom 2025, right? It's placed in Germany. Why do they went to Germany? Who the fuck knows? But this is in Germany. What's Germany going through right now? Exactly.
Could I ask
one guy.
What are your perceptions around like the motivations behind migration across the US-Mexico border? Like, what are you hearing?
Why are we hearing about this at a Gamescom event that's in Germany? Okay, all right, just wondering.
In the headlines and the news, I'm just curious. You know, you can shout things out, or yep, go ahead. Trump out, yes.
This guy just said Trump out. We're at a Gamescom event in Germany, and they're upset about America because we're not bringing in illegals into our country. That's like a horseshoe crab complaining that there's not enough water. It's like, there's not enough water down here in the sea. How the fuck do you know that? Trust me, I don't know that. How do you... Wait, first of all, every fish around the horseshoe crab is just like, what the fuck is water? I don't know, but there's not enough water. At least he has a bit of an argument, you know what I mean? At least he have a bit of an argument. It's like, there's not enough water. There's a lot of water here, horseshoe crab. What are you upset about? It's like, oh, all the air is taking away the water. It's so weird. Having a country... Having another country be like, yo, I hate this country. Why do you hate that country? Because they won't let them in that other... Oh my god, my brain hurts.
Okay, anyone else?
Yeah, that's me.
I just hope that China and Korea...
No, it was Trump out. Like, we have... This is Gamescom Germany, and then somebody in Germany is saying Trump out. And I'm over here just like, bro, why are you over here sucking our dick? Worry about your own country. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, man. This motherfucker only came by to just say, I hate Trump, and then he's just gonna leave.
It can save us from this madness. Maybe like South America can. Oh my god.
Yeah, we need to get rid of him.
There's somebody gotta do this, like... This is bad.
You know, what do you think is the primary motivation for people from Latin America or otherwise crossing the U.S.-Mexico border?
Who cares?
Who cares?
Great. Okay, violence. Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyone
that's
else?
the problem.
Yeah.
Else?
I used to live in
There's nobody in there's nobody in this fucking audience. It's just crickets. Question. There it is right there. How do you legally get in the US? Oh, that's easily. You could get through a process involving US visas, such as visitor visas for temporary stays, or an immigrant visa for permanent residency, which is obtained through family sponsorships, employment, investment, or a diversity lottery. Another way to get legal status is by seeking asylum if you have a well-founded fear of persecution in your home country, or for specific groups like the victims of crime or those who have served in the U.S. military. So basically, if you want to come into America, you have to abide by our rules. You have to take a couple of tests. You also have to get a job. And yeah, that's it. Can you do that? Cool. It's going to take you a while. It's going to be hard. It's going to be grueling. But as soon as you finish this up, then you can get into America. You're no longer an illegal. But these dumbass illegals just walk right in. And I don't even, I kind of fault them for that, but I don't even fault, I don't fault them that much. I don't fault them that much. I blame that on fucking Sleepy Joe. Okay? I blame that on him. Okay? And also these corporations that like cheap labor from people that are coming in illegally. I blame that on mostly our government.
El Salvador, some years and violence.
We're supposed to be
Yes. Okay.
We're supposed to be talking about video games, and here we are. Here we are, bro. We're at Gamescom, and we're supposed to be talking about fucking video games, man.
So this is great because I think like in the U.S. one of the narratives that's being pushed is
Yeah.
obviously
What's that narrative?
You've probably heard this. Americans or they'll often say Latin Americans, or they'll be reductive to Mexicans. They will say
Because they are Mexicans. What are you getting at?
like they're just stealing our jobs, right?
They are. They are stealing our jobs. Yeah. As a matter of fact, the corporations love hiring illegals because they are being paid under the table with less money. And if anything was to happen, they could just throw them out and they couldn't do a goddamn thing about it. They are literally indentured servants. They are so close to becoming a slave that you just don't see it. They are this close to being a slave, but they pay them by cents on the dime, and cents to the dollar, of course. But that's why. There's a lot of people that want jobs in the fucking US. And they are lined up to take the job. But they're like, "Oh shit. We gotta give this guy healthcare? A dental plan too? What else is this American gonna ask for? They're also gonna ask for life insurance. Life insurance? Can't we just hire a fucking illegal for $15 an hour or something? No, sir. I mean, yeah, we can. Yeah, bring those in. It's like, but sir, they don't speak English, sir. It doesn't matter. They'll figure it out. I know they'll fuck up the buildings. But they'll get the job done. It's like, we'll pay them less. We'll keep them under the table, and that we will work them like a like an American. I almost said the other word. And then we'll just pay them less, and boom, we're in.
Like
They
that's
are. It's a fact. They're stealing the jobs. They're creating more traffic. They overload social systems. They steal people's identities to get government benefits. They steal, obviously, a bunch of other different type of entitlement programs like food stamps, etc. They do jobs for cents on the dollar that should be made for Americans, or they should be improved by automation instead of relying on illegals as a working class of people. The reason why people think this is because it's true.
You remember that illegal that thought that he didn't know how to read the sign, and then he took his 16-wheeler and tried to do a U-turn on the fucking freeway, and he killed 3 people? That illegal? Because he didn't know how to read a sign? Yeah. Yeah, maybe we should stick to video games instead of propaganda. That'd be great.
And also, by the way, they just showed up in our fucking country. Why the fuck should we be okay with people showing up in our country? We didn't say they could be here.
Yeah, go back home.
What a ridiculous thing to say. Oh, people want to come here. Too bad.
Yeah.
It's like even the base impulse of this is outrageous. Like the amount of entitlement that these people have is disgusting to me.
You know what's crazy? Is that these motherfuckers will burn our flag. Well, they can't do that now. They will burn our flag and say, Mexico! Mexico, bring in the Mexicans! And I'm like, wait, you're waving the Mexican flag in America? And you hate the U.S.? There's the door, man. You got the Mexican flag up. Go on back home. So, oh, man, but, I got family over here. Bring them with you. Take them with you.
It is. It's absolutely disgusting. That's what the natives said too, no? Yeah, and look what happened to them. Not so good, huh?
Yeah. Why? Listen, we're dealing with cartel shit right now as we speak. They picked up a vast amount of fucking cocaine from Mexico. We picked up the fucking feds found a vast quantity of fucking cocaine, and you want us to just let you in? Just like that? A vast amount of cocaine was found, and you want us to just leave the door open? You know what's funny? People don't care about this because they don't live at the border. I mean, I don't live at the border, but I know exactly what's going on. You know what I mean? I don't live at the border, but I lock my door at my house every day. You know what I mean? Like, I know what's up.
Yeah, I don't want to end up like that.
one of the big rhetoric pushes, and part of what we're trying to do is challenge this misinformation, right?
Misinformation.
So
Misinformation.
Let me just quickly show a couple of videos here. So we've done like voice of the people style interviews to ask people about their understanding about migration across the
US. We're going to see this
border.
video
so
game?
Let me see if this...
Public opinion on
so
why people migrate to
US.
What?
Oh, hold on. I want to make sure this audio works.
This is a video game?
Friends.
Yeah, where's the video game?
Let's try this.
Quality of life, right? Like
I think it's like most things when it comes to immigration. It's always you're either fleeing something or want to get to something.
Yeah, duh.
Yeah,
Like, I know
that's
there's
how
a
it
lot of,
is.
like drug problems and drug problems in and around the border, like with the cartels.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, at least he knows that. Yeah.
So I'd imagine it's just a lot of fleeing that really for
Human trafficking.
safety for their.
Don't forget the human trafficking. That's literally you're human trafficking in their own video game. You're trying to bring the illegals to America, right? So you're bringing illegals through the border, right? Isn't that technically human trafficking, the video game? No, think about it for a second. You're trying to bring illegals. You're trying to put them in a truck, and you're trying to. That's literally, I think, I saw a little bit of the game, and I was like, it looks like they're trying to run. You're trying to guide a whole bunch of people, and you're trying to take them through the border, right? Yeah, I am. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to guide them to the border. You're human trafficking. No, I'm guiding them to a better way of living. What are you doing? I'm just moving a vast amount of people, humans, from one place to another. Okay, are you trying to take them to, like, I don't know, like, are you, okay, you're putting all of them in a truck, yes, and you're trying to sneak into the border, and what, you're taking them to Universal Studios, Florida, or you trying to take the, he's like, well, not like that, okay, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. It's a game about human trafficking.
Families.
Poor countries, they are not making good money, and it's hope of the people. I mean, from many countries, people are dreaming of living in the United States because they are sending to families money which they are making here. I mean, what we see here, it's like not big money, like $15-20 per hour.
American work there.
Yes.
You know, people would take who are more refugees than anything else, the jobs no one wants.
The American dream, pretty much.
This is what I'm talking about, bro.
Oh, thank you. He's gonna say it.
I've been trying to warn y'all about this. I've been trying to tell y'all about this.
You remember what I just said? By the way, this is about video games. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to my channel. This is about video games, by the way. You know, this is Gamescom. This is a Gamescom video we're watching. Gamescom 2025. This is about video games. Pay attention. This is gonna be in the test. Anyway, back to what I'm saying. This fucking hocus pocus bitch does not understand that there are people lined up for the job at any of these jobs when it pertains to construction or landscaping or any sort of hard labor. Any job at all, there are people lined up for the job. Americans lined up for the job. But they choose the illegals because they can pay them less. I'm gonna let you know. If I was a corporation, I wanted to build more estates, build more buildings, build more houses, I would choose the illegals because they have to work. They want to feed their families, they want to feed themselves, they would have to work. Whatever payment I give them, it has to be reasonable, but not reasonable, and I don't have to give them too much. They don't really get that many benefits. I will run them ragged. And they love that shit. It's literally so close to slavery. And they're just like, hey man, and then we take the fucking illegals away. We take the illegals away. And what do you hear these corporations say? They're just like, man, they took all my illegals, bruh. Now I don't have anybody to hire. And I'm like, yes you do. Yes you do. You do have illegals. I mean, you do have Americans ready to work at your area. You do. Man, they took all my illegals. Who's gonna work on these buildings now? They're right there on your table. Man. Oh man. Oh well. Why can't they make a cool city builder about Mexico? Something like Tropico and actually fix problems other than... Yeah, why don't you go to your own fucking country and fix that shit and get paid? Okay. Eventually you will have to print more bits, devaluing the bits buying power. Wait, what? I don't know what you guys talk about. More people, still just 1,000 bits. What do you mean? It's time to tariff Gamescom? I don't think can you tariff Gamescom? Anyway, let's continue.
This is it.
Let's
make disingenuous for them to say migration when the debate is about illegal immigration. Oh, it's because they don't believe that it's illegal. That's the reason why. They think it's okay for them to do it.
It's suicidal feelings. It's suicidal like empathy. People, you have no idea. Women are more likely to help out people that they don't even fucking know, or people that they do know, rather than help themselves. We call them Karens. There are other people out there. There are men that do this, but they're mostly women, Karens, that are ready and willing to help out the random person that's hanging outside their house, this homeless guy, than rather take care of their children, their family, or anybody, or their ex-boyfriend. There are so many people ready to help out somebody random off the other side of the map than to help out the people in front of them. These kind of people are a poison. I was giving an simplified version of a country's economy and inflation. Okay. I don't get it, but okay.
Like they have some kind of like entitlement to come to America. It's outrageous.
More refugees than anything else, the jobs no one wants.
And
I like how she said that, the job that no one wants, and there's literally a dude, an American dude right behind her, cleaning up the trash that's at that park. The job that no one wants. And right behind her is a guy picking up trash in the park. That's funny.
American dream, pretty much. So, coming from where,
if you want the American dream, this is Gamescom, by the way. I'm going to keep on saying that. This is supposed to be game related. If you want to come to America, you have to abide by our laws. If you can do that, you can make it anywhere. You can make the American dream. If you do not do that, you're going to be sent right back. Don't let them sick the dogs on you. Don't let them sick the dogs on you. Go right on back home. Fix your own country.
parents, ancestors are immigrants. But
yeah, those ancestors, those immigrants, they knew what was up. Yeah, they knew not to play around. Just to let you know. Just to let you know. Okay.
this time, I think from back then, it's completely different. People come in to better their lives and better their family lives. More opportunities.
Pretty sure.
Better living.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was in New York City, where I guess people have a sense of, you know, some of the motivations behind migration.
By the way, New York City, so if you have a map of the U.S., New York City's all the way up here, and the border's all the way down here. So if you ever hear a New Yorker talking about how good illegal immigration is, just keep in mind that unless the people get bussed up to New York, a lot of times they don't even have to deal with it because they're on the completely other side of the border.
So basically he's saying, like, this problem is out of sight, out of mind. So when you hear some crazy person that lives up in, like, fucking Idaho, and they're just like, just let them all in. Just let them all in. Just let them all in. Open the border. Meanwhile, Texas has that border, and then they just let people in. That's what happened the last 4 years. They just let people in, and guess, you know how crazy it is that I've been hearing crazy deaths, horror stories from illegals killing minors, killing and abusing minors, and they look at that like it's not even happening. Usually when you say, let them in, and then they hear that there were illegals, you know, raping a child, and then they're like, we should still let them all in, or they say, not all of them are bad. Me, if I was half stupid, I'd be like, oh shit, they've been doing that, they've been human trafficking, they've been bringing in drugs and fentanyl, oh, then bring them back. The suicidal feelings, the suicidal empathy is fucking crazy. By the way, we're supposed to be talking, this is Gamescom, by the way.
It's delusional. Yeah, they have like, it's insane. Yep.
Let me just see.
Martha's Vineyard?
Is
Yeah,
it
definitely.
possible to raise the volume a bit, by the way? I don't know, sorry to
Jesus.
the AV team. Could people hear that okay? Or, oh yeah, it was fine. Okay, cool.
2 people said yes.
All right, let me see if I can go back here.
Okay, so do we get to watch the game?
Yeah. Do we see the game?
Apologies.
Do we get? I don't care about like this. This is just.
Yeah,
goal
just
with
pass
Take
that
Us
shit,
North
yeah.
is really to try to humanize migrant stories and capture some of the complexity and nuance. So yeah, as I
Just
said,
propaganda.
it's a narrative-driven game,
Straight up
inspired by
propaganda.
real-world stories. So we're conducting extensive.
Now we finally have pictures of the game. Is that the graphics of the game? Wow, you guys are really getting paid to... Yeah, you guys are doing a really good job. Wow. Wow, the graphics for this game. I mean, I get it. You don't really need graphics to have a good game, but good lord, man. Like, I want to know who's funding this shit, first of all. But here's... They're in fucking Germany. They're in fucking Germany and they're talking about this shit. And there's like 5 people in the fucking stage or in the fucking crowd of where this woman is speaking. She, her, by the way. This is supposed to be video game related. Let's go.
Interviews with
Take Us North plays the role of migrant. Players assume the role of a migrant guy who embodies the complex interplay of.
A migrant guide? A migrant guide? Is that an occupation? How the fuck? The only way I'm gonna be a migrant guide if it's just gonna be straight up big booty Latinas, okay? Get rid of the fats, get rid of the children, get rid of the men. Just bring the big booty Latinas from here to there, and I'll play your game.
Duty and empathy. I wonder if he sexually traffics the women that he's helping move over the border.
Yeah.
They probably won't do that, will they? No, because it might make what they're saying look bad, even though that's exactly what happens.
Yeah, if this game wants to be authentic, I mean, if you want this game to be authentic, you have to add the gangs. You have to add the raping and killing. You have to add the deaths of children on the fucking the dehydration. You have to add the part where Mexico and the cartels can actually be bad. Don't be waving no Mexican flag if you're saying like, oh man, I'm trying to go to the U.S. Man, are you gonna make it, bro? Can I become an ICE agent in this game? I'm just saying, can I be an ICE agent? Bro, you would get more money. Bro, if you add 2 parties to this game where it's a PvP server and half of the team is just ICE agents and the half of the team is just Mexicans, bro, that would be so fucking fun. Now we're talking about a video game. Bro, I'm gonna be an ICE agent. Bro, I would play it then. I'm just saying. And he's like, don't let them get through the border, boys. I would play the shit out of that if it's a PvP server.
I wonder if I wonder if you're able to molest the women that you help come across the border with. Probably.
See, you need to understand. Well, he already knows. This is what they want to scrape away from the realism of what is going on with the illegals. They want to scrape away the idea that the illegals are illegals. First of all, they're asylum seekers. They're migrants. They're not illegals anymore. They want to scrape away the fact that there are actually, human traffickers. They want to scrape away anything about them. They'll add the part about them being dehydrated. They'll add that part. But they're not going to add anything that's going to shape away their optics as bad. You know what I mean? They're not going to bring out like something where it's just like, oh yeah, help out these M13s and get them through there and make sure you well equip the fucking gang members so they can go through the border. Give them a knife, a chocolate bar, and a bottle of water and a 9mm. They're not gonna add these realistic like things. Like they just won't do it. All they want to add to this story is, we just want to bring in the nice Mexicans and put them from point A to point B and live the American dream. That's it. Nothing else. Now, what they will put on here in this game is everything pertaining to the Border Patrol. They will put trucks, they will put guns, they will put surveillance lights, they'll put helicopters in this game, they'll add dogs, they'll add fucking razor wires, they will add all this shit that is definitely on that border. They'll add the wall. They will add so many things that are realistic to the fucking Border Patrol, but they'll just add a couple of cute Mexicans that just want to live the great life of the US of A. That's their whole thing. And so when I hear her say misinformation, I'm just like, okay, then tell us the truth then, please. Tell us the truth about what you're actually doing. By the way, this is a Gamescom video, by the way. Gamescom is related to video games. This is a video game, everybody.
Probably not. I wonder why. It's because it's not about telling an accurate story. It's about telling a lie.
With migrants and asylum seekers, and I'll dig into our approach to that in a bit. But basically, in the game, you play the role of a migrant guide or a guia, often known as coyotes. Coyotes are...
Do not give this fucking fake-ass name. This fucking fake... A migrant guide is also called a coyotes, or the... Do not give this a fucking occupation, because it's not. It's human trafficking. Just say it. Just, like I said, they will not say that. Let's continue.
Are often associated with the drug trade. You know, people mentioned carteles before, but it's more complicated than that. And
how is it complicated?
It is more complicated. It's worse.
Yeah, it's worse.
That's why we want to show this game, because we believe in video games as one of the most immersive art forms and as a tool to foster empathy and awareness of specific...
It's suicidal empathy. Bullshit.
Empathy at all. You want to come to another country and experience its resources and then take advantage of it while not respecting that country's borders. You just come... they're not fucking smart. You try to come through a border, you don't respect the border, you don't respect US of A before you even come inside. It's like, oh man, I am walking hundreds of miles in the heat to get to America. When I get to the wall, damn, you know what I should do to make sure that I don't walk back? I should abide by their fucking rules. God, I need to get in here. I got little Juan Julio, and I got I got my wife, and her name is Taco, whatever. I need to make sure that I get this right. And then he sees that the border, like let's just say that he sees that the border is open. Like there's nobody in front of the border. The border is open. And then he's just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna walk through. I can't imagine myself doing that. Yes, I'll get desperate. But if I go through from Mexico to America, I can't help myself but say, listen, how do I get in here appropriately? These motherfuckers don't realize that shit. Want to go into the country illegally against their consent. You know that you're not supposed to be here. You're going here anyway. You want to talk about empathy? I think that should start at the beginning whenever you come somewhere where you know you're not supposed to be. Why y'all put up with these retards?
Bro.
Honestly, I think that the time of putting up with these people is almost over.
Yep.
It is coming to a close, and I am so fucking glad. It's almost done.
Almost there. You can get rid of the Islam extremists too. You can get rid of those. The Islam extremists that go around saying we should just start killing America. Those types of radicals that like to start up a parade and burn our flag. You can get rid of those too. But we came into America the right way. Nah, fuck that. Get that shit out. Take the Quran and get the fuck out. This game is pure indoctrination. 110%. I want to know who's paying this bitch. I want to know. I want to fucking know. They're not putting money on this fucking game. That's for damn sure. Where the fuck is this money going?
Okay, so we watch those videos. Yes.
Narrative vision, real world stories and hardship. We're collaborating with Undocumented Filmmakers Collective. Oh my God.
Undocumented Filmmakers Collective? Why is it everything that has the word collective in it is a fucking problem?
So the project is really rooted in research, as I said. So
Research.
We are collaborating closely with anthropologists. There's a lab at the University of California, Los Angeles, that's run by a professor called Jason.
So they're working with a university in California for this. I would have never expected such a dramatic change of events.
Of course, California.
Wow.
You know what's wait. They're working with California? So let me get this straight. They are getting money through California, but that money can't be spent to the people who are struggling after the fire in California? Am I getting that straight? The Americans that are struggling because they don't have a home after the fire, but they're getting money from over a fucking, they're giving money to a video game over the people that are struggling over the fire. That is, I need to calm down. Can
you believe that?
Tax money, yes.
Who would have thought? Yeah.
It's the equivalent of looking at your kids and they're starving and they have an empty plate and they're just like, Dad, I'm hungry. I don't feel too good. I'm hungry. Please feed us. And you walk over your children and give the money to Don Julio that's out on the street ready to get more fentanyl. You're like, here's $20, Don Julio. Get yourself some new pair of shoes. Lo and behold, Don Julio did not get a new pair of shoes. He got himself some more drugs. Meanwhile, his kids are the guy that's supposed to pay, help his children. They're dead. That's the equivalent of what I'm hearing right now with California. This is Gamescom, by the way.
Well, in what world a U.S. person comes to Germany to virtue signal about their problems? Imagine traveling to the EU to promote such a game. Well, I don't know where she's from. I have no idea.
She's from here. She's from America. It's clear to me that she's either upper or middle class, and she's just fine. She's clearly not married, of course, but she's just fine.
How do you use your brain
Privilege.
dealing with this shit every day and not want to blow your brains out? Because I know that, like, whenever I talk about this stuff and I cover it, I think that I'm doing a public service. I think I'm helping people realize how blatantly manipulative, toxic, problematic, and bad it is. I think that there is an overabundance of emotionally charged messaging that is designed intentionally to make you give up your country, to give up your culture, to give up your morality, and to instead effectively adopt someone else's. It's not about you being not judgmental. It's about letting somebody else judge you and letting them decide what's okay, letting them tell you what's acceptable, letting them dictate their idea of empathy. Their idea of empathy is, we're going to invade your country illegally, and if you get mad about it, we're going to call you mean.
And I think this is a good point that he makes, is that we have to realize something. I think that you can say whatever you want about the internet, but the internet or people in general, real people, normal people, are actually aligned with each other more than you think. A lot of us would like closed borders. You know, people coming in the right way. A lot of us want jobs. A lot of us want clean streets. A lot of us want no crime in our area. A lot of us would like to have a good, fun, safe time. These are normal things. And we're starting to notice that a lot of normal people are talking to each other and agree with the same points and privileges that we have. And so we just need to have these sort of videos, these conversations with one another, and realize, hey, what this crazy bitch is saying ain't aligning with us. We as normal people are really good at keeping to ourselves, but we have to realize that there are more of us than there are of her.
The character name?
What character?
What's the character name?
In the game?
What she's been seen. I don't see character name. Top right? I don't get it. Scorpion by
So, the main character in this game that you're playing, the main character is named Karen. You can't make this shit up. You've got to be fucking kidding me. You've got to be fucking kidding.
Oh, man.
You're not even trying at this
What
moment.
are the odds? You can't make... Yeah, bro, this is poetic.
De Leon, who has done extensive research both in Latin America and along the border. He published a book last year called Soldiers and Kings, which is all about smuggling across the U.S.-Mexico border. And we've been working with his team. And there's also a...
What? What? Let's hear what she just said. Hear what she just said. Hear what she just said. Hear what she just said.
You can't make... Yeah, bro, this is poetic.
De Leon, who has done extensive research both in Latin America and along the border. He published a book last year called Soldiers and Kings, which is all about smuggling across the U.S.-Mexico border. And
you researched a book about smuggling between the U.S. border, and you were just like, we could use this information for our game. And I'm over here like, so you are human trafficking.
We've been working with his team, and there's also a collective of...
Anybody who's doing any smuggling across the border illegally isn't a soldier, and they're certainly not a king.
No.
They're criminals that often sexually abuse the people that they're doing things with, and also manipulate them, sometimes kill them, and traffic over drugs that kill people.
Undocumented...
They're parasites.
Fucking parasites.
The people that do that are awful.
Filmmakers.
The idea that you need to wipe off whatever mind you have in your brain that thinks that smugglers are good people. Smugglers are not good people. They make their whole livelihood not only about smuggling items, but also smuggling people and using those said people. And she's just like, we got some information by a guy that made this book about smuggling.
In the U.S., so these are people who are artists and storytellers in their own right, but they actually also have experience of having crossed the border. So here you can kind of just see, like, side by side, a lot of the...
Oh my god.
Bro. Well, this isn't realistic. In your video game, you got just bars. Like, in your video game, you just got on the border is just like giant metal bars between the border. with the real border, you need to add the fucking electric wire. You need to add that. You need to add the wiring. And if you really want this game to really go pop it off, you need to add the some alligators. Add some alligators up in this shit.
This is amazing. Wow. This is no game? No, it's not.
No, it's not a fucking game.
Holy shit. This is ridiculous. I know. Can you believe this?
The context that we're trying to portray in the game. So, of course, the U.S.-Mexico border, and it's primarily set in the Sonoran Desert, which is one of the deadliest migrant trails. And there are deterrence policies that Border Patrol has where they'll essentially like weaponize nature, and they're trying to keep.
Thank God.
Good. Fuck them. Good. By the way, part of me actually admires this woman because she's basically trying to play Splinter Cell with a fucked up video game, and she's like, give me all the information on how to get through the border. Okay, well, you got this and this and this and this. You got to worry about this and you got to worry about this. And she's over here trying to like come out and be like, well, how do I make a game to teach people how to get in? And I'm like, you know what? Listen, we're not going to get a Splinter Cell game anytime soon. But you know what we're going to get? We're going to get Take Us North. All right? We're going to get Take Us North. This game right here. This game right here is the next Splinter Cell game.
God. Thank God. Be lucky it's not worse. That's some alligator Alcatraz shit. That's the way it should be.
Migrants in the desert for as long as possible, suffering from, extreme heat, extreme cold.
Yeah, the migrants just spawned there.
Yeah.
They chose to go there.
Wait, I want to hear what she says. They suffer through extreme heat, extreme cold. What else do they experience? What else do they experience? Tell me.
You decided to do this.
Walking days across the desert.
Walking.
And unfortunately, thousands of migrants have died or gone missing on these trails.
Then
and
they shouldn't.
Yeah, then they shouldn't be here. By the way, the missing people. You gonna talk about that? How did they go missing? Because it's not hard. I mean, it's not hard to find your buddy. Like, no, tell me. How did they go missing? Do not tell me that, oh man, when we were walking through the desert, bruh, Juan Julio, he was missing. And I'm like, no, there he is. He's right over there. There's barely any trees. It's not hard to miss your buddy. I mean, no, tell me, how would they go missing? Are you going to mention the gangs, the cartels? Are you going to mention, like, actual fucked up shit that happens on the Mexican, on the Mexico side? Are you going to mention that? How do these people get missing? Do not say they vanish. Nah, bruh. Now, if you actually talk to the border czar right now, he will tell you the most fucked up shit that the cartels and the people over there on the other side, they will tell you the most fucked up stories ever, what they do on that side. But this bitch won't tell you that story. She will not put that on her video game. She's just going to be like, there's just a couple of Mexicans. Just let them through. We're good people. And I'm like,
Shouldn't have gone on the trail. They shouldn't have done it.
yeah, what happened to those? I thought it was 300,000. It was 500,000 kids. Jesus.
Yeah, they shouldn't have done it. Maybe if you don't want to have this bad happen to you, maybe just don't do it.
You know what would be great? If those 500,000 kids that went missing grew up, started to live a life, grew up, become adults, and then they fixed their own country. Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be great if those 500,000 Mexican kids grew up, became adults in Mexico, and then they fixed their own fucking country? Wouldn't that be fucking cool? Instead of coming out, is that there? Have you noticed that? Let's think about it for a second. Let's think about it for 2 seconds. There's a lot of bullshit that happens in Mexico, obviously. Wouldn't it be great if you fixed your own country? No, you don't want to fix your own country? You want to come to America? Okay, now you want to come over to America. When you come over here and work, are you going to do a good job? Of course they're not going to fucking do a good job when they work over here. Yeah, they'll work hard, but it doesn't mean they're going to do a good job. Are they going to respect my country? No, they're not going to respect my country. They couldn't even respect their own country. They barely even could stand it. So I'm trying to understand the logic. Okay, you hate going to Mexico. Are you going to come over to the U.S. appropriately, illegally, and you're going to do right by America? Please say yes. Awesome, cool. What about the others? I'm just trying to correlate what the hell's happening here. It would be awesome if they took care of their country. But if you're not going to take care of your country, come over here legally and take care of our country. Please. That's all I'm asking. Okay, you don't want to take care of your country? Come over to my country illegally and then take care of ours.
Do not come.
I've gone myself and walked along the trails and done, on the ground work with humanitarian groups, and we'll talk about that. But
you work with humanitarian groups, and you want to walk these illegals through the desert in the heat, in the cold? Okay, all right. Humanitarian, by the way. She works with humanitarians.
There are also other aspects of the trail which I'll dig into.
Oh my God!
And yeah, just some examples of the team going to visit the lab at UCLA.
Survival and hope in the world of human smuggling. What a...
Isn't that the same motherfucker that was in Gamescom Cares? That video that we just did before? Isn't that the same guy right above me? The guy right above me. Isn't that the same guy?
Bunch of fucking bullshit. This is the problem that I think these people have, is that they're like, you really think human trafficking is about survival and hope? Oh my God.
Where we could see artifacts that were left in the desert by migrants.
Can we see the video game
on a
yet?
recent trip that
listen, I'm a dumbass, but random information will come to me. Okay, I'm doing the best I can with these videos to give you the best information I can. I do not script any of my hard rants. I just say things off the cuff. But when something just hits and I'm just like, wait a minute, it comes. Okay, I'm not that smart, but when my brain connects the dots, I'm just like, wait a minute.
Wait, video games
on the border.
What do you mean about video games?
All right, let's help the illegals. He's like, this is a game development studio. What's a game development studio?
Artifacts that migrants had left behind. So they're still doing this to this day.
Artifacts?
What artifact? What artifacts?
Well,
what?
She's acting like she's finding like a Native American Indian, like, fucking arrowhead from the 1400s. What, like a Coke can?
What artifacts between Mexico and US are you fucking talking about? What artifacts? You know what it's like, people. Any Mexicans in chat? You know how it is when you go from one nation to another and you're just like, oh man, it's getting so hot. Honey, can you grab that golden skull right? Can you grab that water right next to our golden skull of our grandmother? You know what I mean? It's so hot. Can you grab the water right next to the golden skull of my grandmother? And then she's like, see. And I'm just like, fucking golden skull. You know what it's like. You know what it's like to be an immigrant when you're out there in the heat and then you encounter large quantities of branches and grass. You gotta pull out your legendary machete. Increased fire damage when you're in the heat. Oh my fucking god.
Making this journey, even despite everything that's happening in the US, because there's a lot of...
Somebody in his chat just said legendary Coke needles. So, bro, look at this. Look what I found. I was just digging, bro. I was just digging because I was bored, bro, in the middle of the fucking desert. And you know what I found? Brand new set of Jordans.
Of misinformation on both sides, actually, right? Like,
can of Pringles.
Latin Americans and immigrants from around the world are being sold this concept of the American dream and that you can cross the border in this way, and it's very complex. And one of the things too that I think is not captured very well is that migrants from all over the world are actually traveling to Latin America in an attempt to make the journey to the US. So
what? Wait.
That's what Donald Trump has been saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a problem.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the issue. This is a little bit of a self-report, don't you think?
That's so sad that people come through Latin America and they're just like, fuck Latin America, I'm trying to go to the US. You know how sad it must be to be like, oh man, I would really like it if people would come to Latin America and have a whole way of life here. I would really like it for people to come to Latin America and have a life here. They walk right past you and they see that big fat white ass over there that's called America, and they're like, nah, I don't want to stay in America. I want that good old US of A.
you see people from Southeast Asia, from Africa. It's not just Mexicans and it's not just Latin Americans, right? And I think this is something that also not that many people are aware of.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
And in the game, we try to do this environmental storytelling that's based on...
So let me get this straight. Your idea of environmental storytelling is putting 2 bottles of water next to some rocks. This is environmental storytelling.
Ladies and gentlemen, you ever play a video game and they have some random lore bits everywhere, but sometimes those lore bits are just fucking boring? I want you to know this right here is the perfect example of environmental storytelling that's dog shit. So when you find horrible environmental storytelling where you find a note and all the note says is, oh my gosh, This is the post-apocalyptic area. We're running out of food. I wonder where my family is. And that's it. Maybe the game isn't all that good. You know what I mean? There are people that do great environmental storytelling. And then there are people like this. You know what I mean? Expedition 33 has great environmental storytelling just by looking at the area and the notes that are laid around from other expeditions. And it makes you broaden your horizon on the expedition universe or world. And you're just like, oh man, so that's what happened with Expedition 89. Holy shit, that's crazy. This one is 2 bottles of water on the ground.
A lot of the research. So one example is migrants will actually carry these black water bottles because they believe that they're less conspicuous to...
No, they don't. You're a fucking liar. No, you don't. No, they don't. You want to know how I know that you're fucking lying? The person holding those black water bottles is it's either you or somebody you work with. Okay? I bet you're not even at the fucking border. The ones on the left are probably the realistic ones because they're just like, oh, a bottle of water. Let me pick up a liter of bottle of water. Let me drink out of it. Okay, let's put it next to the other bottles of water. Go fuck yourself with that lie. You made up this lie.
U.S. Border Patrol, US carry these black water bottles because they believe that they're less conspicuous to U.S. Border Patrol.
See what I fucking mean?
And there's this like saying where they'll say it's better to be hot than caught, in that like drinking, like having these black water bottles actually makes the water almost undrinkable because it's unbearably hot, right?
Then why did you bring the black water bottles? Oh, that's right. You made up the fucking story. You made it the fuck up. You want to know how I know that the picture in the middle is not a fucking illegal? Because her hands are fucking clean and she looks like she has she has a necklace, a bracelet on. So clearly this is a person that they work with. Clearly that picture in the middle is somebody that they work with. The one on the next to Asmongold is probably where they leave their shit. Mexicans like to leave their shit everywhere. That's just how it is. But the picture in the middle is a fucking lie. It's clearly somebody that they're working with.
It insulates the heat, but
this is a video game video, by the way. I swear to you, it's a video game video.
You know, this is a very clandestine world, and something that we are trying to do through the game is shine a light on people and humans that are often cast in the shadows, right? They're fleeing persecution and violence, and they're living a life in hiding from the moment.
That's crazy. Wow.
They are not living their life in hiding from Americans. Once you reach the border, they'll see you, okay? They're not out there in Mexican territory. They're not out there. They're at the border, okay? And they're watching the border. Any watching or watching out for you is cartels and smugglers, okay? Anybody looking out for you guys are those guys. The people at the border stay at the border, and they're just like, okay, all right, I'm trying to make sure that there's nobody out here. I mean, you're heading towards there, right? Of course they're going to be waiting at the border. They're going to be waiting to see where you're at. However, anybody looking out for you is probably fucking cartel, because they need bodies for work.
Sucks. Too bad.
Yeah, it sucks.
Not our problem.
Yeah, not a problem.
Flee their homes because it's often the
Why don't you stay there and make it better?
That are going after them, and I'll kind of talk about that. But and then they have to face Mexican Border Patrol and Border Patrol within Central America as well, where the U.S. has been training Border Patrol agencies in other countries as well. So it's.
So you mean to tell me that there's not only a Mexican border, but there's also a border for the U.S.? Are you going to do a story on the Mexican border? Not just the Mexican border, but also the U.S. border. The U.S. border, you're obviously going to do a story on the U.S. border. Are you going to do a story on the Mexican border? Okay? Don't just do the border, our border, okay? So, okay, you start the game off, and the game goes, all right, we passed the Mexican border. Let's get through the U.S. border. And I'm like, nah, son. Nah, start at the Mexican border. All right, nah. It's like, yeah, we just got through the Mexican border. This is chapter 1 of the video game. Let's get through the U.S. border. Nah, bitch. Talk about your own country first. If you're gonna make a video game, go all the way in. You have to go through 2 borders. You have to go through 2, not just 1. Do not do this whole, there's only 1 border we need to worry about. We already passed the Mexican border. Do not.
It's a very complex, system and route, and it's not just happening at the border itself, but it starts all the way in South America. You can see an example of like a rescue beacon here. So this is real. The image at the top is, in the desert.
Self-report red button.
And you can see they have this illustration of like an emaciated, desperate migrant, which is just very sad and kind of repulsive to me, truthfully.
How is it repulsive?
I can't believe they'd try to come in our country illegally.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
This is the way that they try to weaponize your empathy against you, so that.
Let me get this straight. There's a sign out there that says, if you need help, push red button. U.S. Border Patrol will arrive in 1 hour. Do not leave this location. Yeah, it's a self-report button, but the Border Patrol is not going to kill you. Okay? They're probably going to be like, all right, here's some water. Here's a bit of a snack. You need to turn around, though. Okay, you need to turn around. Here's some food. Here's some water. Is anybody sick? Here's some medicine. Here you go. Y'all need to turn the fuck around. I'm pretty sure at the Mexican border, I'm pretty sure anything dealing with the cartels is not the same sign. I'm pretty sure they have no signs over there. I mean, if you need help, push this button. The Mexican Border Patrol will pick you up. Do not wait. Leave. If there's a sign, they will not take you to America. I guarantee you they will not take you to America. If there's a sign out there that says the same, a Mexican sign that says, push the red button, will pick you up, do not stay there. I'm just saying. It's Life is Strange 2. That's crazy, because in Life is Strange 2, you're actually going to Mexico. I always thought that was weird. You know what I mean?
They can take advantage of you. Is it they say, well...
By the way, Life is Strange 2 is the best Life is Strange out of all of them. Prove me wrong.
We have to cross the desert. Well, no, you don't have to, because you shouldn't even be here in the first place.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you shouldn't be coming here. You shouldn't be going in this direction.
That's why the sign is there. The sign is there to make sure, like, hey, guys, you need to turn around. Take this. Here's some water. Here's a snack. Move back. That's literally what they're there for. The sign is there for you to be like, listen, don't try it. That's what the sign is.
Action, you shouldn't.
She's over here like, this sign is actually kind of disgusting. The sign is there to make sure that there's 2 things that they're doing. They're giving you aid, but they're also giving you a warning. That's what the sign is for. They're giving you aid and they're giving you a warning. They're trying to make sure that this is the best way for them to like not work as hard when you reach the border. When you actually make it to the border. This sign is basically 1 hour away from the border. Okay, well, to make sure that we find anybody that might actually, that might actually read the sign and obey the sign, to make sure that they turn around. It's actually a good idea, actually. If you're stupid enough to try to get through the border illegally, you're stupid enough to read the sign and obey it.
Be trying to come into a country illegally. This is ridiculous.
Is Life is Strange 2 gay? No, it's not. Actually, with when I played Life is Strange 2, it was just you play as the older brother and you're trying to help the little brother out. And I fucked a white bitch, and I tried to get through the border with my little brother. I tried to help him out. But he stays in America. Meanwhile, my main character went to Mexico with some random white bitch. The kid is fine. He's living with his grandparents. My character was fine. He's living with some white bitch in Mexico. That was the ending. That's it. That was my whole story. You're just there to help out your little brother, which I'm the oldest in my family. I thought the story was great, and a lot of stuff that was pertaining to my own lifestyle actually fit well because I'm the oldest. I got brothers of my own, and I was like, fuck, yeah.
Not emaciated enough. I mean, she said like tons of people died doing it. I mean,
Yeah.
I bet they did.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
That's the reason for the sign.
But they'll it's Border Patrol kind of saying like we'll rescue you if you need help, so they know that the migrants are in dire
See, she
straits
just said it.
in these situations.
And you can see how also in this entire story, not once has there been any conversation about how the people that are the human traffickers are problematic at all.
What did I say? What did I say?
There's no conversation about that. It's because this is not an academic pursuit.
Nope.
This is not something that's being done in order for people to understand things. It's being done in order to push a specific worldview that is intentionally like subversive to America. And this is also true with Europe. It happens with Europe too. It's propaganda.
Mm-hmm. So we've been collaborating closely with a shelter, a couple of shelters now in Mexico, specifically in Nogales, which is on the border between Arizona and Mexico, which is where the Sonoran Desert is. And I've been going down there and also like on a bi-weekly basis, conducting phone and video interviews with asylum seekers and people who...
Illegals. Not asylum seekers.
Who have, had to flee their homes because they've either been threatened by cartels in some way.
Yeah, talk about that.
They have not wanted to get recruited, especially in the case of young men where...
Yeah, they try to recruit young men from the cartels. Like I said, you're going to find a sign trying to help out people in the border from the U.S. You're not going to get any help from Mexico. Like I said, like... You know what I mean?
Young men are, it's either they join the carteles or they risk dying, right? And so their only option is to flee. And that these are some of the stories that we're trying to weave into the narrative of the game.
Who the fuck cares?
Yeah, why the fuck would I care? This is their problem, not mine.
Who cares?
Show us the fucking video game,
what does
bitch.
this have to do with anything in the U.S.? Like, how is this our problem?
You want to make a game like this? Show us the fucking game.
It's insane, bro. Like, yeah. We gotta play this? We probably should.
I don't want to play this.
From a game design standpoint, we really
We're talking about games now? All right.
Want this experience to be, again, like, sensitive. We're not trying to glorify or glamorize this experience, but we want people to feel
sure about that?
And we want to treat it with respect. So we're trying to balance these moments of tension.
I just realized, look at this. So you have to walk around the spotlight, and you can see the two people that are avoiding Border Patrol. Like you see what's going on here?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's propaganda.
And having to evade Border Patrol.
He plays Border Patrol. I got a feeling you're not going to be able to.
Not make it trauma porn either, right? I think this is something that, because they're human stories.
It's not trauma porn. It's only trauma porn if you're into that shit. You'll know when something's trauma porn. You'll know. But you need to realize if you're going to create this story or whatever, this video game, tell it the real way. Tell it the real. Don't be like, oh yeah, this young girl, she was trying to walk to the border so she could become a CEO at a company in the US. Fuck that shit. You need to tell the real story if you're going to pull people in. An actual game too. An actual game would be great. You know what I mean?
Is at the end of the day, humans have a spectrum of emotion, and so there is
we know
humor
that.
and
Spectrum.
Deep emotion, love, etc. More positive emotions.
More positive emotions for trafficking people into the U.S. Positive emotions, great. So we're not so the misinformation is already happening. Got it.
And we also want people to reflect on the universality of migration. So even though this is like on the nose in the sense that we are portraying migration across the US-Mexico border and it's a real world topic, this is something that's obviously very relevant here in Germany, in Europe, and around the globe. And
it's a big problem over there too.
Yeah, in Germany.
It's crazy how this what the fuck is going on with these Western countries, man?
I do not fucking know. This is
bad.
We want people to be thinking about
this.
It's
real bad.
Yeah, you want people to be thinking about this because you're a propaganda nut job.
I've also been meeting with some artists that work along the border. There's an artist called Alvaro Anciso. So he was a migrant from Colombia himself, and now he goes every week into the desert and creates these shrines to pay tribute to migrants that have lost their lives, where they'll find remains, either bones or full cadavers, and they'll work with forensic groups to identify them. So that's something that we try to capture in the game as well.
Here's the game.
Wow, that's the game.
The Beast. The Beast is a freight train that runs through Mexico where thousands of migrants ride on top of this speeding train. Well, it's not quite speeding, but even so, it's an incredibly perilous train. And, it's very common for migrants to lose their limbs trying to, get on and off of this train.
Then don't get on the fucking train. How about that?
Being on board it. But this is...
You know what would be crazy? If those thousands upon millions of people that are tired of the cartels just wised up out of nowhere and went against the cartels. That would be a fucking crazy story. If somebody made a video game where they just made every single citizen in Mexico rise up against the cartels and tried to take their country back. Because there's more of them than cartels. This is why the cartels are trying to hire young boys. Because they know their numbers are not as big as the actual citizens. They got guns, they got power, they got money, but there are more of you than them. But people are too... I'm just saying, there's more of you than them. Also, I don't fucking care. It's not my problem. That would be a good fucking game. I would play that though.
This is what I find is so weird, is that these people view every negative consequence from their own actions to be somebody else's fault.
Yeah.
It's like all of these bad things are happening to you, but somehow it's somebody else's fault that it's...
Also, another thing, I'm wondering if she would even get funding for Mexican citizens to rise up against the cartels. You ever thought about that? Would she get funding if she just made a story about like, oh yeah, all the Mexican citizens, you brought them together to rise up against the cartels, to stop them and to push them out of the country. And then all these initiatives that have paid for this game, the government that has paid for this game, I'm pretty sure Germany helped out with this shit, and said, it's not really the message we want to push. Okay.
It's happening.
Travel across Mexico, and it's something that we're capturing in the game as well. The Darien Gap is another very deadly migrant trail, which is between Colombia and Panama.
You can see the Border Patrol agents that are T-posed around the water, I guess ready to arrest somebody after they get out of the water. Oh my God.
And migrants will...
Also, why do they not have a gun? You think the Border Patrol would be out there without a gun? Is that what you think? Well, what happened to the realism? All right.
Have to trek through rivers and jungle.
No, can't do that. It would solve the problem. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And this is a very early prototype, by the way, but just kind of so that you get a sense of the
This is not an early prototype.
visuals. These are other parts of the migrant trail that we are tackling to show again like the breadth of this story. It doesn't just start in Mexico. So as I mentioned, I've been.
It doesn't just start in Mexico. So you're trying to say it does start in Mexico? So wait. No, keep going.
Working with some
We're almost
humanitarian
done.
Borders. Oh God.
Humane borders.
Let me. I'll go ahead towards the end.
Yeah,
Why this matters more than now.
that we've been collaborating with.
Why this matters more than ever. Trump's second immediately. It's because of Trump. Immediately because it's Trump. Trump's second term aimed to stop border crossings with sweeping deportations. It's like the Trump administration trapped a wrongly deported man in a catch-22. That wasn't a wrongly deported man. What are you talking about? Oh, it's the Guardian. Never mind. It's the Guardian. We can move on.
And, she's saying that she was talking about January 20th, the pain that the migrants felt because everybody received a notification that their asylum appointments. So they were,
this is right. So Biden had an app for all of the illegal aliens who should have never fucking been here and asylum seekers who also should have never fucking been here.
Yeah.
Trump on the first day of the app reprogrammed the app, canceled everybody's appointments, and then changed the app into a self-deportation app.
So basically, he turned the app into basically your boss catching you fucking up at work. That's what he's like. You're like, oh man, I can't wait. Oh man, he's like, man, I can't wait to get paid. And then basically they turn all that good shit that you were gonna get at work into Hey Don Julio, step into my office, please. Yeah, thank you. And you're looking like, oh shit, I'm gonna get that raise. I'm gonna get that promotion. No. Step into my office, please. Usually when I hear step into my office, please, I'm just like, ah, fuck. That's literally what they did with the app. They turned the app from like, man, you're good. You're good, man. Here's all this free shit from the government, man. We got you, man. Make sure you keep this app with you. We got you. Listen, you're not illegal. You're an asylum seeker. Take Americans' jobs. You're good. And then they updated the app, and then the app said, where are you at right now? Yeah, that's where you're at? Okay. All right, cool. That's where you're at. Cool. Where's your wife? And your kids? Cool. They're at school? All right, cool. Where's your dog? The dog, too? Oh my god! The dog? The dog! Where's your dog? The dog's in the backyard. Cool. Stay right there.
They had many of them had spent months, even years in hiding and in constant movement and migration, hoping for a chance to find refuge in the States. And now
you want refuge in the States? Awesome. Cool. Come in the right way. That's it. Come in the right way. How actual immigrants do things. I'm supposed to be talking about fucking video games on my video game channel. Anyway, come in the right way. Just saying.
There is no asylum.
Finding refuge. I wonder if somebody tried to find refuge in your house, would you be okay with that?
Yeah,
Probably
exactly.
not, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And so it's always, these people always like writing checks that somebody else has to pay for.
Exactly.
And so this didn't just impact, immigrants in Mexico, but obviously on a global scale, there's been so much happening, and therefore, we need support, and we want to be able to support all of the different groups.
What, with my taxpayers? Thank you for talking about this in Germany. You need support at Germany, right? You're not gonna come over here using my taxpayer dollars, right? All right, just making sure.
Both grassroots nonprofits, large-scale NGOs that are doing the work to try to ameliorate these conditions and try to...
These NGOs are going extinct, by the way, because the way that they were getting funded has been getting cut off. That's why so many of them have been shut down.
This is why the UN is trying every bit to try to take or change things with the US, right? Because right now, like... Trump is changing. Trump is doing a lot of good things right now, and of course, you can agree or disagree. But there's a lot of things that the UN, there's a lot of good things that Trump is doing that the UN doesn't like, and that's a good thing because I cannot stand the NGO. I cannot stand the UN. All they want to do, it's just lobbying. It's just money. That's all it is. It's just. Let me use people for money. That's the reason for God, what's the list of people? Perfect example, the censorship with anime and mangas? The UN. That's one example. I don't want to go through a whole example.
Really make a change if we can do anything about it.
Yeah, the UN globalization,
okay.
yeah.
Do I have... Okay, I'm running out of...
A lot of people, we need more countries trying to be a nationalist country. We need more nationalists because that we have to find things that separate each other from other people. We need to make sure that we take care of our own home. If you take care of your own home and recognize what your own home is, then you can move. But if you try to do all this multiculturalism, you're gonna break not only your own country, but you're also going to break the bank. No, I'm sorry, you're not. By breaking the bank is probably going to profit out of multiculturalism way more than actual citizens. That's it. That's it. Do not pass go, do not collect $100. Multiculturalism is give banks more money. That's it. I could go along the line of what I'm talking about, but that's all it is.
There's the...
You know this because taxation is theft. We know this. We know this, guys. He's like, where are my taxpayers' dollars going? You all say it. Everybody says it. This is why people talk about these sort of things, man. This is why. This is not about helping people. This is how to ruin people. They don't want to kill people. They want to ruin people. That's all this is. Okay? Let's just push all the Mexicans up here, and we're just trying to help. This is why they're using people like her and utilizing her as a mouthpiece for this shit.
Trailer.
Okay, let's see the trailer.
We won't do the trailer.
Wait, so you spent the entire time talking about how bad this was and just playing...
Why didn't you start the trailer?
...your propaganda, but you're not going to play the trailer for your video game at a video game convention? Are you fucking kidding me?
You're fucking retarded.
Oh my god.
Okay,
Yeah.
Sorry. It's hilarious.
That is hilarious.
Okay, I'm done. That was it.
Wow.
These are, QR code. Thank you.
Wow.
No, you're fucking...
Man.
That's that clapping right there was about 20 people. About 20 or less people was in that building.
I have to set up everything for the closing panel.
God dang, she got some nice legs. See, you should have started off with the legs. She had short shorts on. You should have started off with a trailer and showing off your legs. See, your face is all buttered the fuck up. You should have started off with showing off your Latina legs and your trailer, and I would be like, I'm not gonna buy your game, but do you want to hook up? That's it. You should have started off with that.
So it's kind of.
So you didn't even show the trailer. I don't even know what to say about something like this. It's so fucking ridiculous. Oh my god. Well, there it is. That actually made me kind of.
They got one comment on this video. They got one comment on this video. And 22,000 people viewed it. 22,000 people viewed this video when he watched it. It came out days ago. 22,000 people viewed it. One person commented on it. That is the most either people don't fucking care and people don't agree. That's crazy. I get 100 views and I get 10 people talking. I get 100 views, I get 40 people viewing my videos and like 5 people commenting. They get 22,000 views and 1 comment. That is
mad. I hate people like this.
I hate
the manipulation of it. I hate the way that they portray themselves as victims, as they're doing something wrong.
We're gonna let this video end right here because it's pretty much over. I want to add more to this. I will share this. By the fucking way, this is the only video because they, by the way, this video that the Asmongold Gold is watching right now, that video, it's off their website. It's also off of YouTube. It's gone. It's gone. Jeff Keighley had the video. It was a live stream, by the way, an 8-hour live stream. It's gone. So they ran away. Apparently their initiative doesn't matter that much. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that funny? Fuck Jeff Keighley. Fuck Gamescom. Fuck that bitch with the nice legs. I'm done with these clowns. Fuck the Game Awards, because they're just gonna add more Game Awards cares or some shit like that. Fuck them all. You remember when Jeff Keighley was actually a fucking journalist? Yeah, that shit's long and gone. All this kid does, all this guy does, you know what? He's a fucking clown, this man. Fuck this guy. Well, hold on. I want to show one more thing. Where is it? Yeah, it's privated. By the way, here's another one. It's off their website. Also, that one girl, her account does not exist anymore. It's gone. They bailed. Anima Creates, they're gone. This is the place, the game developers. I know. I totally forgot. They're game developers. I know. They're gone. This account is privated. They're gone. They're done. It's over. Fucking unbelievable. Money transaction already happened. What game? There's no game that needs to sell. You have a very good point. What transaction are you talking about? I mean, what game are you talking about? This is high quality money laundering that we're doing here. You know what I mean? This is a classic case of we don't care about the illegals. All we care about is votes and money. That's all this is. Anyway, that's enough of that.